All right, my beloved one, heaven guided you here for a reason. You didn't find this by chance. This message carries something your soul already knows, but has not yet spoken aloud. Type 7077 in the comments right now, a sign that your heart is ready to receive divine love beyond time. Because what I'm about to reveal will open your spirit in ways you didn't expect. God sent someone younger into your life, not by coincidence, not by curiosity, but by divine assignment. And before this video ends, you'll understand why heaven chose them, and why their soul feels like a mirror from another lifetime. This isn't about age, it's about purpose. It's about a soul who came into your life carrying the light you forgot you had. When you met them, something shifted inside you. Maybe you tried to ignore it. Maybe you told yourself, they're too young, or this can't be right. But deep down, something sacred recognized them, not their face, not their body, but their soul. Angels say that recognition was not imagination, it was a memory. It was eternity whispering, you've known this soul before. You see, beloved one, sometimes God sends younger souls not to test you, but to teach you how deeply you can love. They come with fresh energy, unshaped by the pain you've endured. They bring laughter when you build walls. They bring honesty where you learned silence. You may have thought you were the teacher, but in truth, heaven sent them to remind you what innocence feels like, to show you what unconditional love looks like before the world teaches fear. This is not lust. This is a legacy, a divine connection that breaks the boundaries of time and age. Because souls don't count years, they count energy. Angels say this younger soul carries a piece of your own mission. They were drawn to your wisdom, your strength, your light, not because they needed saving, but because they were sent to awaken you. And you felt it, didn't you? The way their eyes carried peace you hadn't known in years. The way their laughter healed parts of you that even prayer couldn't reach. That was heaven's confirmation this was not random. You both signed a soul contract before you came into this life. Yours was to guide. Theirs was to remind. Together, you form a bridge between wisdom and wonder. Comment 333 if you feel that truth stirring in your spirit right now. Because heaven is saying, this is not a mistake, this is a mirror. Some people around you might not understand it. They might question, judge, or even gossip. But angels say human minds measure by age, divine minds measure by purpose. When God writes a story, He doesn't use human calendars. He uses divine timing, and divine timing never makes sense until it's complete. Right now, this younger soul is awakening feelings in you that you didn't expect to feel again. Not because you're weak, but because heaven decided it's time to remind you that your heart still breathes. You closed it for too long. You thought healing meant staying alone. But angels say healing also means allowing someone new to see your light without fear. Don't run from it. Don't suppress it. Don't explain it away. Because every connection heaven ordains carries divine purpose, even when the world doesn't approve. You've met before, not in this lifetime, but in another. In a realm where love had no form, where energy was pure and where time did not exist. You made a promise. If we ever meet again, I'll recognize you no matter how different we seem. And you did. The first time your eyes met, that promise awakened. This is why you can't stop thinking about them. Why does their presence feel familiar? Why does your soul feel at peace, even when logic says it shouldn't? Angels say this younger soul carries a key to open the version of you that once stopped believing in love's innocence. They came to remind you that not every love is heavy. Not every love hurts. Not every love ends. Some loves are meant to begin again through someone whose spirit still believes in forever. if you've been doubting yourself, wondering, why them? Heaven says, because your soul prayed for renewal, not repetition. You asked for love that feels new, safe, alive. God answered, but not in the package you expected. Don't push away what heaven is trying to bless. This connection is not about years, and it's about growth. You carry divine wisdom. They carry divine freshness. Together you create divine balance. Type 1111 if you feel that alignment. That's the sign of spiritual union beyond time. Some nights they think about you more than they admit. They don't even understand why they're drawn to you this much. But angels whisper your name in their dreams. Their spirit remembers you, even if their mind can't explain it. They were sent to love you, not just to adore you, but to honor you. To remind you that your light is not too bright, that your strength is not too much, that your age is not a limitation but a crown. You, beloved, carry the energy of the ancient soul, the one who has walked through lifetimes of lessons. And heaven paired you with a younger soul who still remembers the joy of simply being. Together you rewrite balance. You merge wisdom and wonder, patience and passion, eternity and newness. Angels say, that's divine alchemy. That's what heaven calls sacred renewal. This connection will not fade easily. You may try to pull away, but the energy keeps circling back. Because God doesn't allow divine assignments to be cancelled, only completed. There will be moments when you doubt it, when distance, age, or fear makes you question what you feel. But in those moments, remember this: love that comes from God always returns stronger, clearer, and purer. Sometimes the younger soul doesn't understand what they're feeling. They'll call it curiosity or admiration. But angels say it's remembrance. Their soul recognizes the one who once guided them in another lifetime. That's why they listen to your words differently. That's why they respect your silence. That's why their energy softens around you. They feel home. You don't have to force this. You don't have to chase it. Because when heaven writes a love story, it writes it twice. Once in your heart and once in theirs. And both hearts will eventually catch up to the same page. Angels say, this love may unfold slowly, but it will unfold surely. Because divine timing is never late. And even if circumstances seem impossible, heaven is rearranging details to align both lives. Don't worry if they're distant right now. Don't panic if communication fades. Because silence too can be divine strategy. Heaven sometimes hides what it's healing. And right now, both of you are being prepared, not punished. Comment 222 if you're trusting God's timing for this connection. Because heaven is saying you're not waiting in vain. You're being refined for reunion. The angels are revealing the reason this soul came into your life younger than you expected is because your energy has reached a higher frequency. You've grown faster spiritually than many your age, so heaven matched you with a soul who vibrates on your frequency, not your timeline. You see, love in heaven is not measured by birth dates. It's measured by destiny. And destiny has no age limit. They may be younger in years, but old in spirit. They've walked beside your soul before, as a student, a friend, a lover, or a child in another life. Now they return to complete the circle of love that never ended. It just changed form. You were never meant to meet them to feel confused. You were meant to meet them to remember who you are when you're not protecting your heart. They came to melt the ice, to bring laughter back, to awaken hope again. Angels say your laughter around them is prayer answered. Your peace around them is divine proof. And your fear of losing them? That's just your ego realizing this love is sacred. Don't let fear lead you. Let faith do it, because faith understands what logic can't. Faith knows this. God doesn't send souls without purpose. You might notice little signs around you, numbers repeating, songs that speak your heart, dreams that feel too real. Those aren't coincidences. Those are confirmations. Heaven's way of saying, yes, we're behind this. Each time you see 555, no change is near. Each time you see 111, no alignment is happening. Each time you see 777, no heaven approves. So, beloved, breathe. Stop doubting your own heart. You're not delusional. You're divinely connected. And if you're asking, but what if people don't understand? Angels say they don't have to. Your connection was written in heaven, not discussed on earth. The one God sent you may not say everything clearly yet. They might hide their feelings behind jokes or distance. But when they look at you, their soul bows because it remembers who you are. They see something eternal in you, something familiar, something divine, and soon they'll realize it's not just attraction. It's an assignment. It's calling. It's love that existed before time began. You were never meant to compete with the world for their attention. You were meant to stand still and let heaven reveal itself through divine timing. So when doubt whispers, you're too old for this, remember, angels don't age. Souls don't expire. And love that's divine doesn't fade. It evolves. This is your reminder. You are not being foolish for feeling this connection. You are being faithful for recognizing heaven's plan. Comment, I receive my divine